Hey, what's up guys? Travis Fulton here and welcome to Online Gainz. Each week, I'm gonna be sharing with you real insight on how I'm developing players all across the world on full swing, short game, and putting. Be sure to tune in. Hey Edwards, Travis here. Thanks for the videos. Let's take a look at the swing here, target line. And then of course face on. And I think the biggest thing here as a starting point when we look target line, next time put the camera a little more like down your hand line, so like halfway between the target line and your stance line, and then get it parallel to your target. Now, with that said, when we look at the swing here, club face looks very good. First move, I love the angle of that face. I think the left arm, when you look at it to the top, is going a little upright. Again, taking the camera into consideration, that left arm though, I think is fairly upright. I think we're in a position where we can get the left arm covering more of the right shoulder, working just a little bit more around you. You can definitely see at impact, you kind of stand up, the hips, when you look through the zone, kind of push in towards the target. All right, so the club comes down, and then your pelvis is kind of moving towards the ball. You probably feel that. Versus the left side turning and working more back, like your hips staying more back. So there's a little early extension there, and that can come from kind of the steeper nature of the swing, the up and down nature of the swing. And so my thought here as I look through these videos is to get your left arm working more around you. Now, I want to keep this in mind because I think the face-on view is really the view that is going to be very important here as a starting point. All right, so face-on. Grip looks good. Ball position looks good. Probably get the feet a shade wider. Spine tilted gently to your right. That's good. Again, first move right here, very good. And then I think right here, this is where you can kind of see the lift. You can kind of see the arms want to go up. And then as you come back down, you know, this is where, again, the pelvis kind of comes in, kind of up onto the toes. And I think the biggest thing is your pelvis comes in and you kind of lift up to your toes. Like right here, you don't see the full release. Like you can see that left elbow right there. That left elbow kind of pulling away, right? Instead of folding. So the club is not really turning the corner per se. It's, you know, it's coming into impact and everything's kind of moving in towards the ball. Your hands will want to release a little bit early. And then as a result of that, you probably get some left shots. And as you get some left shots, then that left elbow wants to kind of pull away a little chicken wing in order not to get that left shot. And so we're in a situation here where we need to get the club to turn the corner better. And one of the things that I like to do, and I think you'd be a really good candidate of this, is to do some impact zone swings where we really talk about what's happening through the zone. And we talk about footwork, we talk about the hips, we talk about shaft lean right here where we don't get that flip. You know, you look right here to here, like that club's out here versus say more back here. So there's a little bit of a flip there and it just doesn't turn, we don't turn the corner. We don't hit it with shaft lean, rotating and letting things kind of work back around to the left. And I think some of that is just kind of because of the overall nature of the upright swing. So my thought here as the first lesson is twofold. One is to get you to get the left arm swinging a little bit more around you first. Get the sensation of the left arm kind of working more around, covering the right shoulder, and probably putting a little bit of more external rotation in your right shoulder. I'll show you how to do that, so we get that right elbow not to be quite so high. So I'm gonna show you how to work the left arm around. I'm gonna show you how to externally rotate the right shoulder, and all that's gonna feel a little bit flatter. And I think that's gonna really get you more organized at the top of the swing. Now, from there, the second thing I'm gonna show you is how to work on impact zone swings and how to start training impact. I'm gonna show you how to hit some punch shots, and I'm gonna really educate you on your footwork, your pelvis, how you rotate, shaft alignments, all of those things. And as you get really good at that, then you really start to understand how things kind of line up through the impact zone. You understand how to stay in your posture better. And that'll really blend in nicely as you work into the full swing. So I think some backswing work, but then also some drill type of impact zone training work where we do some little swings focusing on impact. And if we can kind of get the backswing and some impact zone training to marry up, I think we're gonna be on a really good track to better ball striking. So stand by, I'm gonna shoot you a video here, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. All right, so first step is to get the left arm working more around, okay, more depth this way and less this way, okay? So I would say first move's gonna feel the same, get it started same way, and then let the left arm go around you. Okay, the only thing you gotta be careful with is you don't want the club head to get inside the hands early. Like, it's not this. Now, you do a really good job to here. Get it started to here, and then let the left arm go around you. I would also feel like your right elbow kind of pinches in. We call this external rotation. Your right shoulder externally rotating back versus internally this way. I think you tend to kind of carry it back like this, and I would let that elbow pinch more in as the left arm travels around. I don't want the arm to go around and then your elbow to kick out. I want you to feel like you've got some external there, right elbow pinching the left as the left arm swings around. Good checkpoint would be the left arm kind of covering more of the shoulder versus up by the neck. I think that would help you right out of the gate, right through the back. Now, from there, what I would do is I would do some full shots, hit full shots doing that. If you were going to play golf tomorrow in a tournament this weekend, I'd say, look, work on that arm, work on the elbow, hit full shots, off you go. It's gonna help you. What's gonna really elevate you is doing some impact zone training where you take it halfway back, say just kind of somewhere into here, and then you start training impact. This is an impact bag. I got some wet towels in it, and it just gives me some resistance where I can pop this bag and feel the shaft forward. Okay, feel the club shaft returning forward. And when it's forward, my right wrist feels bent, my right elbow's bent, my left wrist is flat. Okay, I'm not coming in and throwing it, I'm coming in like this. Now, these alignments, shaft forward, is a game changer. Okay, when you start hitting the ball with more shaft lean, it changes everything in the scope of the strike and your ability to play at a higher level. The key is you want to support that with better body movement. And I think for you, what I want you to do, starting from the ground up, is feel the weight left. I want you to feel the weight into the left foot, and I want you to start feeling more through the instep of your right foot. Look at my right foot. I want you to start feeling it more down on the instep and less up to the toe. okay? When you hit the ball right now, you've got everything kind of moving up to the toes. You can see my hips come in when I do that and I stand up. I've got to or I'll lose my balance. So I want you to feel the weight more on the instep, rolling down like I'm on the pitcher's mound. And as it moves through the instep, the hips turn, okay? And so that right foot really starts to train a better weight shift. And then when you turn, you'll feel your left hip more back behind you, push back rather than wanting to thrust in. Right foot goes to the toe, my pelvis wants to thrust. Right foot through the instep. Now I can turn my left hip more back behind me. And if I was to hold that position, I would feel my left glute really working. I feel my left glute really working. My weight very much moving back and towards my left heel. Now, my spine just has a little bit of right bend, so I'm behind it. So I'm starting to kind of rewire from the ground up, right foot on the instep, turning back into the left heel with my shaft leg. Okay? Now, from here, what I want you to do is I want you to continue to turn, but now I want you to add a little spine extension. And spine extension is the movement of the spine extending back. This is what really brings it full circle from the ground up, through the instep, turning with a little extension. And really feel my left glute working. Now, you're not going to get that full range of rotation and extension if you're really thrusting up to your toes. It's just not going to happen. Okay? So I really like the idea of going to impact, continuing to turn to post-impact, and extending the spine, and feeling like the club shaft, this is important, stays down. See where the club is? Down. I want you to learn to hit shots from here to here. Footwork, rotation, extension, club shaft pointing down. When the shaft is pointing down, then that tells you didn't flip it. Okay? So if you come into impact and you thrust and you flip, the club head's gonna want to swing up. And so I want you to learn how to sustain the down. Arms, club pointing down. Punch shots. Great, great training. Starting from the ground up. Improve footwork, improve rotation through the pelvis and hips. Spine extension with educated hands, bringing that shaft in forward and then sustaining it to post impact. Don't hit it very far. There's my finish. Footwork, rotation, left glute working, arms down. I'd love to see you work on that and get that down and film that and send it to me. In addition to graduating it into bigger swings where the left arm starts to swing more around. Let me know if that makes sense. I really like this for you.